All right, everybody, welcome back. This is my paper account on Thinkorswim. I'm on paper because I don't really do a lot of trading on Thinkorswim, but I get a lot of questions about Thinkorswim. So I'm going to roll this trade here on the Thinkorswim so you guys can see what it is. I've had a lot of questions on this. I show rolling on Tastyworks all the time on my live account, but like I said, I need to do one on Tastyworks. I just don't have, you know, I just don't trade there. I don't have enough funding over there. I don't to put on trades. So let's do it from here. This is a SPY trade that I've had for a little while. We can go over to the monitor tab and look at SPY and see when I opened this trade. So here's the credit spread that I'm in on SPY. And we can see that I opened it up on December 9. And it looks like I rolled it also on December 9. This is the current position that I'm sitting in. It's what we're looking at here on the trade tab. And so I'm going to roll this position. Just want to right click here, create rolling order. Now you can see the new position. It automatically put me another week out. So let's kind of scroll down here a little bit and see where the new position would be. December 21. All right. So it's moving from the December 18 to the December 21. That would be right here. And it's offering to let us do that for $2 in credit. Now, what this is saying is that we're going to add 3 days to the trade and they would give us a couple dollars. I don't want to add more time in the trade unless I have to. And this isn't a loser, it's a winner. I just want to see if I can get more money out of my winner. All right, so let's first use the December 18. That means we don't need the December 21s. And it'll put us back here in this trade tab. The market right now is at 363.88, way above me. All right, so I want to take this position. Let's try the 360 and the 358. You can see I'm still $2 wide. All right, I'm just moving my position closer to the market. I am taking risk, or I should say I am adding risk, right? I'm getting closer to the market. We could get a pullback and I could get challenged in my trade. I don't need to roll this, by the way. It's a winning trade. All I have to do is just stay in it. Everything would be fine, all right? But if I want to perhaps get a little money out of this trade, then I could roll it. Here's the old trade. Here's the new trade. Okay? And all I'm doing is I'm keeping the same expiration, but I'm rolling closer to the money. And I'm doing it for a credit. So what else could I do? Well, I can get rid of that. I could decide that I want to roll only one side. I'm in a $2 wide trade, and I'm in a winning trade. So maybe I want to make it another dollar wide. I'm going to go from the 356 to the 357. Well, since I'm only rolling one side, I could just look to roll just that put. Be careful, Thinkorswim defaults automatically to the new week. Okay? I don't want to go out a week. I want to keep the same week that I have. And instead of using the 356, let's use the 357. So now I've gone a little closer to the money. I've made it another dollar wide, and it's offering me 24 cents. If I can get 1/3 of that dollar, I would be pretty happy with that. So maybe I put in a working order for 31 cents or 32 cents, maybe 33, and we throw it out there, and we work the order through the day and try to add a little more profit to this trade. Now remember, I don't need to do anything to it, but I'm in such a good trade. It's done such a really good job. The market's moved a long ways away from me. Maybe I'm willing to add a little more risk to the trade for a little more profit. All right. I could also, instead of using the 357, maybe I get a little more risky and I add the 358. Unlock this. They're offering me 53 cents. Now I'm adding $2 of risk here. I want to know what 2/3 or 1/3 of $2 is, right? I can get out the calculator, put in $2 and divide it by 3. I need 66 cents. They're offering me 53 cents. So maybe I work the order on that, try to get filled for 53 cents, or excuse me, 63 cents. I'm going to go ahead and fill the order though, just so we can see it play out. Okay, and I know that 53 cents isn't exactly what we're looking for. But now I'm in a trade that I just adjusted. It's now $4 wide, and I've got more credit than I had. Well, how much credit? Let's go back to the monitor tab. My total overall credit is now a combination of all of this. Okay, 75 plus 50, that would put me at $1.25, and then add 13 cents, that's $1.35, $1.38 in credit. So I have $1.38 in a $4 wide trade. We could also look at it from the Analyze tab. So I want to show all, and I want to get rid of this trade that I was looking at. So here's my current position in the market. Maybe something else is showing that I don't know about. Let's see what else we got in here. All series, the December 18. Why does it look so odd? Let's go see what we got here in the market. Thinkorswim and its goofiness. It is SPY. It is all series. I don't know what it's showing that's throwing us off here. Thinkorswim. I'll tell you what. So I'm on the paper side. Hard to really see what is off here. I've got the 354, 358 put. This is a credit spread that's $4 wide. So the max loss in here should be $4. And yet you can see that it's just off for some reason. Let's go ahead and see if I can reset it. This is one of the reasons that I don't trade on Thinkorswim anymore, because of things just like this. So we know that this trade has a max loss of $4 because it's a $4 wide spread, right? It can't have $727 of loss. It's just not possible, right? So goodness knows what's up with Thinkorswim here, but I've got a $4 wide trade, and I've got $1.37 in credit, so we can use the calculator and we can find out what that total trade is. We can also go in here and say create closing order. So let's see what happens if we did that. Right now I could close the trade for a debit of $99. Say it, $1. We could just put in one. Delete these. We could put in a working order to buy that back for $1. Well, if I've collected $1.37 in credit and then I close the trade at $1, then I have a max profit of $37. Well, I'm not really interested in that. All right, but let's hit the confirm and send. Break even on the stock price is $3.57. I have a max profit of $300 and I have a max loss of $100. That's the current trade that I'm in right now. Notice my max profit and my max loss. Max profit $300, max loss $100. All right? I will risk $100 to make $300 any day of the week. You can see my current position. I'm way underneath the market. I'm in absolutely no danger here. It's a good trade. But that's rolling a trade in Thinkorswim. Let's go to Goldman Sachs. I believe I have another one there. Yes, I do. I have another one in Goldman Sachs. So let's look at Goldman Sachs. I just rolled this earlier when I was on with a client. So I had a trade that was 250 wide. I rolled it out. I didn't change the date. I only changed the strikes. I went from the 220, 222, and rolled it up to the 225, 227.5. And I collected an extra $23 in credit. So now I'm in a $5 wide trade with $273 of credit, which means my max loss is 220, we'll just use even numbers, 225 with a max profit of 275. I'll take that. I took a winning trade, rolled it up, got paid for it, and I didn't have to add more risk. I didn't have to add more time. I didn't have to do anything except get some risk out of the trade. So guys, I hope this helped you out, kind of understanding a little bit more about rolling trades and how we can roll winners as well as losers. I don't believe I have a loser on right now that needs to be rolled. Let's go look at my current positions and see if something needs to be rolled right now that perhaps isn't winning. So I've got an Apple trade on. Let's go look at Apple. Maybe that one needs to be rolled. Where's my Apple? Okay, Apple is way out here, and it's just barely profitable at the moment. We need to find one that's actually losing, and that way we can fix a losing trade. So here's Merrick. It's a December 20 put. It looks like we're losing in this trade at the moment. Let's go look at Merrick and see what's going on. MRK. Okay, so this one's just slightly winning. You can see that I've got one leg in the money and one leg out of the money. My break even in this is probably somewhere around the 785. So I'm still winning in this. We'll find something else. NIO. What do we have in NIO? Just a call, so that isn't going to do us any good. XBI. Let's go look at XBI. All right, 14 days to expiration. XBI, it's out of the money too. It's doing just fine. No loss there. Guys, I might not have a losing trade in here that needs to be rolled. So I might have to come in with another video later on. XLU. And we'll turn this on to show position, show trades, show orders. Well, I would have expected that to show up on the chart. Maybe it's because of the time frame that I'm on. Nope. All right, XLU. Where's the trade? We got 21 days to expiration. So this one is losing. Perfect. This is one that needs to be rolled. I've got a 68, 66, and it's losing. It's in the money. I need to fix this. So I'm going to go in, create rolling order, sell vertical. All right. I've got a December 21. I want to take this out a little ways. Maybe not December 24, but instead the new year. All right. So I'm going to go all the way out to January 8. And instead of keeping the strikes that I do have, I'm going to roll down to the, let's say the 65, 63, or the 64, 62. 64, 62. So we'll roll this 64 and this 62. All right. And it's saying that it'll do that for me for a debit. And we don't want to do it for a debit. We want to do it for a credit, only a credit. All right. So the January 8 is not enough. We're going to add another week. And we'll add another week. Gosh, so there's no Februaries right now. The only thing we've got is the March 19. Let's close these up a little bit so we can see what we've got. March 19 is at the very edge of how far I'd like to go out. Really, it's pushing the envelope. February would be better. That'd keep me in my 90-day window that I like. But here's the March 19. And $2 wide isn't enough to fix this trade. But you can see right now that price is at 63.83. So let's go with 65, 60. Now I've got a $5 wide trade, $40 in credit, and instead of using March, because it's just too far out to use March. Now we've got a January 15 $5 wide trade for a $15 credit. We need to know what our current credit is for the XLU. So back to the monitor tab, account statement, XLU, find the trade that was originally put on at $1.18. I'm in a $5 wide trade is what I'm building. So take $5 minus $1.18. That gives us $3.82. We subtract $2.50. I need $1.32 to be in a fair trade. Okay. So I want to work the order for $1.32. And remember, I've got 14 days to get this done. So there's no rush to get it done today. So I want to work the order with a credit spread at $1.32. Okay. Now, if I don't get filled and I want to keep working the order, I can try to adjust this. Let's just get it started so we can see it showing up on the screen. Here's the current position that I'm trying to fill. Notice that I'm not exactly equal. So if I did want to adjust this, instead of using the 60-65, let's look at this. I could use the 61-66. That would give me a little more balance. 132 is what I need. Confirm and send. Now, notice I shifted these just a little bit and I put the trade more centered at the money. That's a fair trade right there. I can roll down at the money, have a $5 wide trade with $2.50 credit. I would want to work this order every day for the next 21 days until I get filled. And remember, along the way, XLU could rally up off of these lows. If we look at XLU's current position, we can see that, right? I could easily rally up off of these lows. If it did that in the next 21 days, I might not need to roll my position at all, or at least I wouldn't be in such a hurry to. But I've got plenty of time, okay? No reason to take a bad price or anything like that. Now, we do have to be fair and recognize that, it doesn't have to perfectly give us that 132. Maybe we could fill it for 128 or 127, right? You got to give a little bit one way or the other. Usually, I'm willing to give a dime on either side. If it would give me $1.42, I would happily take it. But if I can't get filled for anything better than $1.22, I would take that as well. It's fair. It doesn't have to be right on the penny. Okay? So guys, that's how we do it on Thinkorswim. I appreciate your time.